Good evening, everyone. This is Meteorologist Shane Hinton hopping onto our platforms to give you an updated look at the forecast as we head into our coldest batch of temperatures associated with this Arctic blast that we've been talking about for over a week now. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. What we're going to start with right now is basically a look at the radar over the past hour. Now you see a few little speckles of light pink that are popping up mostly along the I-35 corridor and down toward the south of Austin. It's worth noting that not all this is actually making it to the surface. Our main concern regarding the frozen precipitation, at least any falling precipitation, has moved out of the area. We had quite a few reports, not only throughout the day today, but even last night. We saw even a few snow flurries. We saw freezing rain. We saw sleet. Some viewers even sent out some photos of some snow grains. So we literally did have a mixed bag here in Central Texas for this winter event. Now keep in mind, any ice that is still accumulated is going to be fizzling on out of here, not by the fact that we have temperatures that are going to allow it to melt, but because of winds that are kind of basically pushing the ice away. It's sublimation. If you remember from middle school or high school science class, dry ice, how it goes from a solid immediately to a gas, that's what we're dealing with when the wind kind of blows that ice out of here. So it's going to take a little bit for some isolated locations, but overall, the icing concerns are winding down. Temperature concerns, though, those are going to linger. In fact, those are going to increase the concern anyway as we head overnight into tomorrow. Right now, we're currently sitting at 23 degrees in Austin as of 8:05 this evening, 21 degrees in Round Rock, Cedar Park, and Leander, even colder in Lago Vista at 20 degrees. It currently is in the teens already in Llano and Mason. We currently don't have a reading out in Fredericksburg, but you're in that ballpark as well. Now, as I mentioned, our coldest conditions of this entire event are on the way. Our coldest wind chills or feels like temperatures will arrive tonight into tomorrow morning. Those winds are still on the blustery side, especially out in San Marcos and San Antonio, just shy of 30-mile-per-hour gusts from the north, 24-mile-per-hour gusts in LaGrange. Sustained winds, those are the number in white, are mostly anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, although you can see it is a bit breezier in San Marcos with 22-mile-per-hour sustained winds. So when you factor in the cold air and the wind, this is what it actually feels like right now. 9 degrees is what it feels like in Georgetown, 15 in Austin, 12 in Burnett, and 12 out in LaGrange. As I mentioned, our wind chill values are going to plummet overnight into tomorrow morning, so most of the KVUE viewing area has been upgraded from a wind chill advisory to a wind chill warning. This warning lasts until 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. After this point, it transitions into a wind chill advisory because we're still going to be talking about dangerously cold wind chill values through Wednesday morning, okay? But let's take it almost like a day at a time. So the areas you see here shaded in that light blue could see feels like temperatures below 0 degrees tonight. In fact, some forecast models have feels like temperatures as low as -10 degrees. I do not expect this in the Austin metro area. This likelihood is going to be out in the hill country, actually just west of the hill country. I think Gillespie County could probably see some of our coldest feels like temperatures tonight, but all the areas shaded in blue could feel like they are below 0 tonight into tomorrow morning. Now let's talk about the hard freeze warning. This is for all the areas you see highlighted in purple. This lasts until 10 o'clock Wednesday morning, and that's because we expect overnight lows to be in the teens and lower 20s both tonight and Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So you're going to have to continue to protect the 4 Ps. I know we sound like a broken record here, but we really do want you to look out for your people, your pets, your pipes, and your plants, especially as we get into the coldest conditions of this event. Let's walk you through the futurecast. As I mentioned, we are not concerned with any freezing rain, drizzle, snow, anything like that. We're going to be talking about the cold. As we leap forward to around 10 o'clock, it's going to be in the teens and lower 20s. No surprise, that's where we've been sitting. If you're curious how warm we were today, by the way, we only got into the lower to mid 20s for our highs. For tomorrow morning, we're going to be waking up with temperatures on the thermometer in the teens, but the feels like temperatures much lower than that. For Tuesday afternoon, I do see many locations getting above freezing. That's going to be above 32 degrees, including the Austin metro area. However, it will be just barely above freezing. My forecast is for 34, maybe 35 if we're lucky. It is going to be a mostly sunny day for us. That's good. but it is not going to be a warm day by any stretch of the imagination. As we leap forward into Wednesday morning, this is when we could see some of our coldest temperatures on the thermometer. If we don't see them tonight, we'll see them Wednesday morning when we're once again talking teens area wide for our temperatures on the thermometer. Now let's talk about the wind chill, what you need to dress and prepare for, what it will feel like. This is a snapshot of Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. I mentioned earlier how some forecast models say that we could see feels like temperatures as low as -10 degrees. You can see right here, Fredericksburg feeling like they're -1. They're in that ballpark of the well sub-zero area. Now, I have seen some models putting areas along and west of I-35 even colder than what you're seeing on your screen. If it's 5 degrees or if it's 2 degrees, it's still going to feel that cold, just extremely cold. Okay, so you need to wear those layers. You need to make sure you're protecting yourself, taking breaks inside with a heater, because we're talking hypothermic conditions and conditions where you could very quickly get frostbite. As we leap forward into the afternoon, remember how I said that we're going to get above freezing? It's not going to feel like we're above freezing. It's going to feel like it's in the 20s for tomorrow afternoon. Our overnight lows tonight, dropping into the teens, like I said. The wind chills are going to be pretty bitter, and that's because our gusts could get up to 30 miles per hour overnight. So expect it to be a very cold one, if not our coldest one tonight, even colder the next night. Your hourly forecast has temperatures starting in the teens. If you're heading out to work in the morning, you'll notice the sunshine comes out for the afternoon. We should reach above freezing by around 3 o'clock. I'd say, but then we quickly fall back into a widespread hard freeze. So tomorrow for these afternoon highs, we're still trending almost 30 degrees below average for this time of year. Our gusts are not going to be as gusty as tonight, but we're still talking 20-mile-per-hour gusts from the north, which will certainly have a bite to them. Now keep in mind, the northerly winds do typically elevate our cedar levels this time of the year. Mold, though, usually goes in the low category because of all the drier air. Now, the reason I'm not showing you a detailed look at the allergy count is because our air sampler decided it wanted to take a little bit of a snooze and vacation during the cold weather. I don't think it fared well in the cold weather, but it's currently under maintenance, and we will have a detailed allergy count back for you as soon as possible. But we have a lot of historical data whenever it comes to our allergy forecast, so we're fairly confident in high cedar levels for tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast, let's break this down day by day, really. Tomorrow, we can make it just above freezing. It's still going to be cold. Wednesday, we safely make it above freezing for all of central Texas. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the mid-40s. We get even warmer than that, even seasonable, even slightly above seasonable averages for Thursday with highs in the mid-60s. However, we have a second Arctic cold front that's going to be swinging through. But don't be too scared here, okay? This is not as strong as the one we just experienced, but it will knock us down into the 40s, okay? So we're talking still well below average temperatures. This will also bring back the return of freezing nights for us, so you'll have to once again go back to protecting the 4 Ps and having a plan for your pets, having a plan for your pipes, and, you know, making sure you and your family and loved ones are staying indoors during the colder conditions. We're talking lows in the 20s maybe Friday night to Saturday morning. The 40s will ride us into the weekend. This front is also a dry one. I'm not concerned with any frozen precipitation with it, snow, freezing rain, ice. I'm not concerned about that. As we make our way into the weekend, though, the back half of the weekend to be exact, we are going to be keeping our eyes on a system which could bring our next round of rain. Now, you'll notice the afternoon highs are going to be well above freezing, so it's not freezing rain. The system's actually moving in from the south, so we're not going to be concerned with any wintry precipitation, but you might need to break out the umbrella by the end of the weekend and the beginning of next week, where we're talking a 30 to 40% chance for some scattered showers, maybe even a few storms. We still have plenty of time to iron out that part of the forecast, but our main concern right now is going to be those dangerously cold temperatures. We are going to continue to monitor each and every update on the forecast, and we'll keep you posted on air, online, and on KVUE Plus. Once again, you can always download the KVUE News app. It's a free resource in the App Store that will allow you to track the system with us. You'll be notified of any warnings or watches, advisories that are in your area, and you'll also get the absolute latest from the KVUE weather team. Until then, we hope you stay safe and stay warm.